Books to Huda. I want to talk about Tanya Huff's The Fire's Stone, which is the second book in this omnibus collection put out by DAW Publishing in, I think, 2001. The original book was written in 1990. I read the second book. These are not connected in any way, but I read the description on the back and I thought that the second one sounded like what I wanted to read. I picked it up in the middle of the night a couple days ago, or like a week ago now, exactly a week actually. I was looking for a fantasy romance type, which I ended up going out and buying one the next day, but I haven't started it because this like really pulled me in. I haven't enjoyed reading a book so much in a while. I think I've been trying to ignore how much I love certain kinds of books because there's so much pressure in academia and from my family to like read intelligent quote books, and I've forgotten just how much fun reading fantasy and like non-literary fiction can be. You just let yourself go on a quest with the characters and have fun, which is not exactly what literary fiction is all about. Literary fiction, you're supposed to learn, you're supposed to dissect, you're supposed to analyze and probe and think about and compare to other texts, and I really just wanted to have fun, and this book is so fun. And guess what else I did that I never do? I cracked the binding. I never do that. It's a gay romance, which is, there's a little bit of hetero romance in there too. Basically, there's three main characters: Aaron, a male Aaron, who is a thief, Darvish, who is a prince and a drunk, and Chandra, or Chandra? I've been saying Chandra in my head, who is a princess, but she considers herself a wizard. And they end up going on this quest to save the Firestone. It's a really great time. I've read Tanya Huff's blood novels, or blood books. They're the ones that focus on Henry Fitzroy. They're called, some people call them the Vicky Nelson novels. And I haven't read any of her books in a long time, and I just really enjoyed this. If you're looking for a fun, non-stressful read to get away from what's happening in America right now, which is what I needed, this book is great. You can get it on Kindle. I'm not sure if it's still in, like, I bought this used somewhere. I don't remember where. I don't think I ever would have read it if I hadn't just been like, I really want a fantasy romance and I don't want to finish Empire of Storms right now. What can I do? Yeah, I just went over and I looked at this bookshelf, the one that is like, you never see because it's full of all the books that are kind of like not on my high priority list. And I was like, Tanya Huff, that sounds great. And it was fantastic. And I really recommend it. And I gave it 5 stars. I haven't enjoyed reading a book as much as I enjoyed this. Just pure enjoyment in so long. Oh, something about this book that kind of stopped me in my tracks a few times as I was reading is the way that Tanya Huff, it's something so small, but it's so important. So, you know how side characters like guards or just like any, what would be characterized as NPC, non-player characters, you know, like running around, like guards and other wizards and other non-named characters, like not important characters, she makes sure that there are equal number of female and male characters like that. So unnamed guards will be a she, unnamed wizards will be a she, and then there'll also be a he, and they're always in, there's equal number of both. And it's such a small, subtle thing, but it made me think. I was like, I don't know that I ever have read any other books where it's not just automatically a guy. That's like, the guards are always male, right? The shopkeepers are always male. The barkeepers, or the bartenders, always male. So I really applaud her for that. I applaud Tanya Huff. This book sadly does not have a sequel. And this is one of the... I don't read fan fiction much, but this book makes me want fan fiction because there's no sequel, and the ending, like, it's a very satisfying ending, but you want more with these characters, or at least I did, because I love all the characters. Like, she really makes lovable characters really quickly. I think I cared about them, I cared a lot about these characters after only like 2 or 3 pages with each of them, which is very, I feel like that's really hard to do. Like, sometimes it takes a long time for me to love a character. I loved all 3 of these characters right away. Normally there's one character in a group of main characters that I'm just like, can we get back to the other ones yet? And I loved all of their perspectives. I think I'm gonna try to find some fan fiction with this book, which is not something I normally would do. But I want a more satisfying, I mean, it's satisfying. It's what I hoped for, and it's kind of good that it's left open-ended for the reader, but I'm also like, I want more though. You know? I'm sure there's fanfiction out there, because in the beginning, like, I went into the book knowing the ending might not be all that readers hope for, because the author's note at the beginning of the book says, well, to begin with, they're both totally self-contained. You don't have to read books before or after either of them in order to get the entire story, in spite of a loyal Firestone readership that continues to plead for a sequel. And that was in 2001 when she wrote that. So I'm figuring in the past 15 years or 16 years, somebody has written a really good fanfiction. So I'm gonna comb the internet, see what I find. So this could be Books to Huda's first delve into, like, actual bookish fanfiction, because I'm usually a person who is all about the canon. I'm like, canon is everything. I do not, I don't delve into fanfiction, but for this book, I will, because I just wanted a little more, I want more time with these characters. So I was trying, like, when I was falling asleep last night, I was trying to think, like, if I were gonna write a fanfiction, what would I have these characters do? And, like, maybe if I can't find the fanfiction that I want, I'll just write it. Why not? Final thoughts on this book. I wish there was a sequel. I really do. I will be searching for an appropriate sequel. This book also had some really great character development. Each of the main characters had some issues with family members that they needed to get through, and they work through them. Like, the main quest is important, but it's not the driving force of the action, I think. The main driving force for these characters is their personal issues that they have to work through, and they work through that. I found all of their personal issues really moving and convincingly dealt with. Anyway, if you're looking for a very cute quest with a sense of humor about itself and great characters and a little bit of romance for February, for Valentine's Day, give this a go. I recommend it wholeheartedly. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Books to Huda!
Hey, it's back. I'm back. Quick epilogue here. I am looking on fanfiction.net. The Firestone brings up Fire Emblem, like the video game series that I love a lot, but this is not. And then there's like Buffy and Inuyasha. So, oh, there we go. There's finally one. For Whom I Dance. Oh. Oh, what if alternate universe? No, I don't want an alternate universe. I just want, that's the first one I can find, so I'll open it, but like, Legend of Zelda? I may have to write the ending that I want. That would get me writing. Disappointing. Merlin? Let's see if I just type in the name of Darvish. Like, that's a pretty rare name. What pops up? I'm a little scared. Okay. There's something? All of these are super old. There must be one that's written from Aaron's point of view that's horror? And then there's one in French, so I can't read that. I guess I'll just so there are three fanfictions, and none of them are what I want. That could be my first AuthorTube video. Fanfiction? Question mark? Question mark?
Okay, so I've just read both of the fanfictions. They were both pretty short. The first one I read, called For Whom I Dance, was really cute. It takes place in one of the scenes that exists in the book. The second one was actually an attempt at an epilogue, but I'm just gonna be honest, it wasn't very well written. It just felt a little amateur, but it's fanfiction, so who cares? I feel like some of it was dead on, but some of it just the characterization was a little like, but so yeah, maybe I will try to write my own fanfiction. Maybe I will. I don't know, because I didn't find what I was looking for on the internet, which is surprising. And the third one was from a different series with the same name, so there were only 2 on all of fanfiction.net. I don't know. Do fanfiction or not do fanfiction? That is the question.